Welcome to the Simply Pediatrics Podcast, simplifying holistic healthcare for infants and children. We're so glad you're here. Join Jennifer Zethner, holistic pediatric nurse practitioner and holistic mom of 3 on a mission. Listen in as she shares the answers to the most asked questions from parents in her practice every day and offers parents practical strategies and actionable steps to support their child's health and well-being. Enjoy this insightful episode of the Simply Pediatrics Podcast and stay tuned for more information at the end of the podcast.
Hi, I'm Jennie Zethner. That's right, I'm here in my car. I don't know about the rest of you, but I find sitting in my car to be very peaceful. It happens to be one of the quietest places I have in my life. I have 3 children. I work full time. I'm busy like the rest of you, and I really would like to share information, and doing it from my car is most convenient. So I'm going to ask you to please forgive if there's any commotion behind me, any beeping, any dogs barking, ambulances, fire trucks, etc. I'll do the best I can to find quiet places. I assure you I will never be driving my vehicle when I speak to you. I will always be pulled over and parked. I am typically parked waiting for one of my children to come out of an event or something. So that is what I'm doing with my time here. And I look forward to sharing information with you. And again, forgive me for being a little unprofessional being here in my car, but I hope it works. And with that, let's get started.
Today's episode, welcoming a new sibling.
Hello and welcome. I'm so happy to be here with you today. Today we are talking about welcoming a new baby into the home where you have a toddler already. So all of my real adventurous parents out there who want all their kids kind of close together, I love it, love it, love it. So if you have a newborn you're welcoming into your home and you have a 1-year-old to say 4-year-old in the home, this podcast is for you, all right? This is welcoming the siblings, welcoming a sibling into your home. So, our toddlers, our 1 to 3, almost 4-year-olds, you can say and explain all the things you want to, but they're not fully gonna get this until that baby is in the house with you. And I tell families, allow your, the older sibling a good 6 months after that baby is born to have some regression. I mean, some regression is very common. The younger they are, the more likely they are to have some regression. But so regression is common, and it's really in the first 6 months. It can take that long for them to kind of settle into the new routine and understanding that this little one is here to stay and not leaving. And parents get frustrated with it. So we can have some regression. We have to allow for that. And the other thing we're going to talk about today in this podcast is helping the 2 siblings, the newborn and their, older sibling, to bond, right? So really important. And it's laid down. Like in that first year, that kind of like bonding for siblings is sort of laid down there. You're starting your own habits and rituals, and the way that you treat each of them kind of gets like grounded there. So what can we do to help? So first, we're going to allow for some regression. So regression is going to vary depending on the age of your child. Our 1-year-olds might want to go back onto the breast. Our 1-year-olds may stop sleeping through the night if they were sleeping through the night before. They may want their pacifier back. If they're potty training at 2 and 3, they may stop potty training. They may have more temper tantrums. They may have a lot more stranger anxiety. Full range. They're full range of any kind of regressive activity occurs. And moms and dads, allow for it. Give them grace. You don't need to explain to them, oh, you're having a regression. They don't need all those words. Just allow for it. That's all. Have support around you because it will be tiring and exhausting for you. So make sure you have some support, but allow for some of the regression. The other thing that's important when you're welcoming a newborn into your home is to not make too many big changes for the other child, especially for, if it's a toddler. You don't want to make too many changes. So what are the changes I'm talking about? The big changes you do not want to do with the older child. Do not start potty training. Do not change and take their crib away. Don't try to change their sleep habits after a newborn has arrived. So no potty training, and don't try to change, your sleep rituals if you would. So a lot of moms and dads will be like, well, the older one sleeps in the bed and they can no longer do that. Try to do that way before the baby arrives. Don't do that once the baby is here, because what's going to happen is the toddler will associate that negative activity of now I can't sleep with mommy and daddy with the arrival of the baby, and there'll be a lot of anger there. So if you want your child out of your bed, you don't want to be co-sleeping anymore, you want to stop that way before the baby arrives. And same thing with toilet training. Do not start toilet training after a baby arrives. You're going to do that way before. All right? So avoid that, and then try to keep their schedule the same. If they were in school, if they were in daycare, try to keep the schedule the same for them. It's helpful for them as best as they can. There's so much disruption to their little world that whatever you can keep the same for them is really important. Certainly ask for help. Certainly have other helpers in the household. And you've heard me say this in other podcasts. You definitely need assistance with your second baby if you have a toddler already. You really need the support, the cooking, the cleaning, the child care and love and help. You certainly need that. So try to have that there. And the next big piece that families don't really think about here is how you talk to that new baby. Right? The new baby arrives and we all do our baby ease talk where we speak to the baby or we talk to one another about the baby. So what does that look like? Often what it looks like is, let's just say the baby is like the easiest baby, right? The baby arrives, she latched right onto the breast. She's sleeping, she's pooping, she's latching, she's eating. So easy, right? We'll hear moms and grandparents and dads being like, oh my goodness, she's so much easier than Billy. Remember Billy? He wouldn't latch on. Billy just cried, and Billy this. Now, your toddler may be in the other room. He hears his name. And he also understands if you're talking positively about him or negatively about him. He hears you. Don't underestimate this, moms and dads. Our 1, 2, 3, certainly our 4-year-olds understand when we're talking about them. And we as adults, and especially the grandparents, we all do this. We compare the children. We just do a lot. It just happens. We either talk negatively or positively, right? So negatively, like I just demonstrated, or we say things like, what is wrong with baby Sarah? She won't latch. Billy was so easy. Billy latched right on. Billy pooped. He slept. He was so easy. This little girl, oh my goodness, so much work. What message does this send to the toddler? The message that's sent to the toddler is that he is either really superior to his new baby sister, or he is inferior to her. And we don't really want either one of these things. We don't want Big Brother Billy thinking he's super superior to his baby sister, nor do we want him to think he's inferior. They should have their natural bond, where older brother Billy is slightly superior to his baby sister Sarah, right? When you meet siblings in life, that is the natural order, right? The older sibling has a little bit more, they're slightly superior, if you would, for lack of a better word, to the younger sibling. And that is kind of the natural order. If older brother Billy thinks he is inferior, he's not as good as, he's not as much loved as his baby sister, you will have sibling rivalry, or at least a disjointed bonding going on there. And the opposite, if he thinks he is like way better than his baby sister, he's just the king, he's doing everything great, it'll also be a disjointed bonding because he'll think he's much better than her. So be mindful of the language that we use around the older sibling in the house. And remind the grandparents too. We really want any adults that are around to be mindful of the language and check each other, moms and dads and partners. Check each other. If you find yourself having these kinds of conversations, hold it back, pull it back a bit. Try to be pretty objective, Even if that new baby girl she's just the best, she's just doing everything perfect and it's so much easier for you. And this happens. Or the opposite, she's so much more difficult. Just try not to vocalize it too much in front of the older sibling over there who's listening to everything that you're talking about. Other helpful tips when we have a toddler with a newborn baby is get outside. I talk about this often in my podcast. Get outside. That little guy, that little, Billy, he needs to be outdoors running around. Get comfortable with the baby being outdoors, whether it's the middle of the winter or hot, hot summer. Get outside. It will certainly help all of you, and it will ease your nervous system and your adrenal glands, help the newborn baby, and certainly help your toddler getting him out there running around. Another tip for all of you out there who are having your second baby and you have a toddler at home, please don't think that you can do everything yourself. If you are having a hard time, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling anxious, moms, please ask for help. Please don't watch the social media with these mommies with the 2 and 3 children with their newborn and making it look easy. It's not easy. It is hard work. Please ask for help, whether that help is a mother's helper in the home with you to spend some time with that toddler, or you have greater resources and you can hire a nanny or someone to cook for you, whatever that looks like for you. Please don't think that you're supposed to be doing this all on your own. It's a lot of work. Baby number 2. It is a lot of work. So ask for the help. Utilize your resources as best as you can. All right, mamas and daddas out there, I love that you're growing your family. I hope that this information was helpful for you. Remember, parenting is a journey and you're doing an amazing job. Stay curious and keep learning, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining Jennie on the Simply Pediatrics Podcast. We hope that the valuable information she shared in this episode will inspire and empower you on your holistic parenting journey. If you would like to learn more about Jennie, her Simply Pediatrics practice, or anything that she spoke about today, please check the show notes that accompany this podcast and you'll find all the links and resources you need. You can also sign up for the Simply Pediatrics mailing list so that you receive Jennie's weekly newsletters packed with vital information and holistic parenting gems. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please consider giving this page a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any episodes. And don't forget to connect with us by sharing your thoughts in the comments section below. Follow Simply Pediatrics on any and all of the social media platforms. And if you're interested in an in-person or a virtual appointment with Jennie, please see the contact details in the show notes. Stay tuned for more episodes packed with a wealth of powerful information to support you on your holistic parenting path. See you next time.